DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, hope you're well. It is Sunday. I'm later than when I usually make my normal Sunday vlogs. It's already 7:05 p.m. Do you hear? We're gonna have a storm. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll have the storm while I'm vlogging. We'll see. So they say real men don't eat quiche, so I guess I have a problem there. But Mrs. DC makes really good quiche. So I'll try and not talk with my mouth open. Yeah, it was a interesting week last week in a few aspects, and most aspects that were related actually to the coronavirus thing. And we're going to say again, yeah, but this is kind of amusing in a way. Well, amusing. Some things are. The group I am working with in Ireland, so the Microbiome Institute, they organize a big forum, or kind of like an internal conference, where there are going to be 6 speakers, and they did it with Zoom. Now, the mistake I would say of that way is that, from what I understood, is that the normal person that would be taking care of all the computing stuff was away on vacation, and somebody else sent out the invitations, but at one point I think they got sent into a really almost to a public forum or something, instead of, I was going to say, semi-private. So what happened, so we start off, we're 150 people about, following the Zoom conference. It was fun, actually. I had private messages while the Zoom was going on with friends over there, and because they're still relatively confined. It's opening, but it's, compared with Switzerland, they're a few weeks, if not a month, behind us in that respect. So we had 3 talks. They're really good. Then we had a question period, and then the 4th talk was starting, and then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. People basically Zoom bombed us, or hack the. I think it was even further than Zoom bombing, because I think Zoom bombing is when people come and just uninvited people start taking care start taking intruding themselves. But the Zoom, this type was hacked, is that they somehow managed to take over, I think. But the responsible person over there had to basically cut off the conference, which was a real pain, because the people had got ready. And so, I don't know, have you ever been Zoom bombed? I don't actually use Zoom all that much, really. With family, we use Skype or FaceTime, and we were using House Party at one point. I mean, I've talked about these things before, but not so much with Zoom, finally. But I did have a chat yesterday with a lady from Ireland with Zoom. We must have chatted over 2 hours. Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was a good chat. Yeah, so all things that related to the coronavirus thing. I mean, because normally, I've already canceled three trips to Ireland now, and one business trip to Canada, and yeah, we'll be canceling essentially the trip that we're going to do, the family trip in September. We'll be doing that more probably next year, hopefully. The other coronavirus related thing was I went Friday to a funeral, and it was a man who had passed away. I had talked about it actually on vlogs and also on Facebook. A colleague of mine that passed away 3 months ago. Yeah, it was, let me see, yeah, three months ago. And there was no way to have a funeral up to now, and when people started to have the funerals again, well, there was a backlog. So we had his funeral. He had been cremated, and we had the funeral on Friday afternoon after work hours, and that was complicated. I made a video about 2 weeks ago showing the inside of a church. It wasn't that one, but the way that they've organized the churches. Every second seat, and then every second pew row, and so on. Having said that, I mean, the church probably took about a quarter of the people it could normally, so it was filled already up when it was just the family people. And in the churchyard, well, they had put up loudspeakers, and so we were outside, I don't know, a few hundred people. And that was complicated. Pretty well nobody was wearing masks. We had the alcohol, the hydroalcoholic solutions, for the hand gels or whatever, a bit everywhere. But try and keep the distance. And it was hot. It was a hot day. So I had a cap on, and I know if you're in a church service, usually you do not put your cap on, but I was outside and I was not going to get insulation for that. So that was a bit weird. We didn't go over here in Switzerland. Usually they have drinks after a funeral. The families get together and so on. We didn't actually go to the drink session. We thought, okay, enough's enough. I don't know. We'll see. If in 5 days I've got COVID, then I know where I will have had it, because there was just no way that you could have traced who was there and who wasn't. So that'll be complicated if ever there is a problem. I wasn't completely at ease, I must admit. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's about it. And I mean, today, well, it's been like phone calls and Skypes and FaceTimes and Facebook Messenger. Yeah, and even a normal phone call. So a lot of that stuff. So it's, communication is one thing that's really, really good. Oh, and the Zoom as well, So communication is something that, has changed so much now. People send texts as well. I mean, I sent a text as well. So, we seem to be really connected, aren't we? And at the same time, people have been chatting about that a lot lately, being so connected and being at the same time so disconnected because of all these connection methods, particularly FaceTime and Twitter. People just don't have any filters anymore. They're just being about as mean as they can. It's horrible at times. Anyway, it's we won't get into the politics stuff, but you all know what I mean, don't you? So anyway, how was your week? I hope it was good. Any particular situations which you had to improvise because it's just out of the usual, out of the box, things like that. Okay, I guess I won't chat much longer because I'm already up to 8 minutes, so I'll just stop there. And I hope you have a good Sunday for what's left of it, because in my case, like I said, it's already 7:15 in the evening. So take care, everybody, and have a good week. Bye-bye. EC signing off.